All right, my thought today I've been having is that if it makes you happy, it's not a waste of time. And I'm specifically thinking right now about video games. People say that video games are a waste of time all the time, and I don't really know why that's such a common belief. People hate on video games so much, especially people that know nothing about them or people who don't really have that many hobbies themselves. I remember my parents even growing up saying comments about video games like rotting your brain or like making you antisocial or things like that, which are just not true. Of course, there are probably some rare cases where video games have impacted somebody's ability to like focus on their schoolwork or go to work, but that's definitely not the norm. And I think that's really true of any sort of hobby or distraction in any way. At the end of the day, everyone has things they do for fun to decompress, or at least they should. I don't really know what my life would be if I didn't have things for fun to do that make me happy. For a lot of people, they just like to binge TV or scroll on TikTok. Even that counts as a hobby. Everyone has hobbies, so I don't know why people are kind of getting on their high horse about what's an okay hobby and what's not. Well, let's say somebody thinks video games are a waste of time. Then by that logic, like, so are other hobbies like singing or watching movies or painting. I don't think anyone should be judging hobbies that they've never done or don't really understand. My theory for why people view video games this way is that they don't really have like a tangible product that comes from them. If you're doing pottery and you get really good at it, you'll be making yourself mugs or bowls that you can use in your own house. Or if you paint, like maybe you'll be making some art you can hang on the wall or like something physical to show for it. Video games don't always give you that in the same way. Like I know they give you things that are valuable, but maybe it's not something that other people can really see and respect if it's not something they've ever done or understand. But even that theory doesn't really hold up necessarily. My boyfriend makes like more than triple my salary playing video games for a living, which is a pretty tangible reward. And when I meet new people and he tells them about their job, it's just so interesting. Like I can see their demeanor change once they realize he's successful. First they definitely don't understand, they don't take it seriously, but like maybe then they'll have some sort of tidbit about like brands he's worked with or subscriber count or something about the money he's making, and like it's a switch. Like people only respect it if like there's money or status attached to it, and just enjoying something isn't enough for them. And I think this idea that like nothing is a waste of your time if it makes you happy applies to more than just hobbies. I feel like you could apply it to anything in life, like let's say relationships. Maybe you dated somebody for a while and you spent a lot of time and invested a lot in that relationship and it ended and you feel like, dang, like that was just such a waste of my time. Like you feel like those months or years were just wasted. But I think if you were committed enough to date someone, you must have liked spending time with them. Like there must have been something good coming of that. Maybe they made you feel really understood at that point in time, or something positive came out of it. Even if they don't make you happy anymore, like at one point they did, and that still matters. I think we live our lives constantly worried about other people and what they think. But like as sad as it is, we're all gonna die at some point. So like why not live life the way that you want to live it while you still can? I think some of the biggest regrets people often have come from the times where like they pretended to be someone they weren't, or maybe from the things that they wanted to do but they didn't do. Which is so funny because I feel like the people that I look up to and admire the most in life are the ones that are the most unique and the most authentically themselves. So if your hobby or your job or whatever it is something that feels a little bit misunderstood by society, I think you should just own it. I think we should all strive to just live as authentically as possible over any other goal, because at the end of the day, like I said earlier, it is your life. And how you want to live it and like what lights you up and what brings you joy should be like a priority in your life always. So do your crafts, play your video games, go to a Renaissance fair, whatever it is that you just love and maybe you feel a little bit embarrassed of, do it. And if you're feeling insecure, just remind yourself being happy just for the sake of being happy is enough of a reason to do something.